everything after is following right on its tail. So here's really the pinnacle. Today and Tuesday are really the kind of pinnacle. You get the up today, and then now we're on the backside on Tuesday. So here we go. Let's dig into it. Mark chapter 8, verses 27 through 30. Here we go. Probably very familiar for you. Jesus went out along with his disciples to the villages of Caesarea Philippi. And on the way, he questioned his disciples, saying to them, "Who do people say that I am?" Okay. They told him, saying, "John the Baptist, and others say Elijah, but others one of the prophets." And he continued questioning them. "But who do you say that I am?" Peter answered and said to him, "You are the Christ." And he warned them to tell no one about him. All right, so here we go. This is the upside of the pinnacle. We are marching to the very top of Mark's gospel because it's the center. Now, at the center of that comes this central passage, "Who do you say that I am?" That's really the whole question of the gospel, right? That's what Mark is trying to tell us. He's taking all the things that Jesus has done and making a case. Who is this Jesus? And we've seen time and time again. Well, he has the ability to heal the sick, to calm the storm, to feed people, to miraculously feed people, to do all of these things. So the question is, who is he? And I think Mark is sitting here thinking, by this point, when you read this to this point in the gospel, you should be saying, "Well, he's the Son of God," right? Like, well, duh. What are you missing? But look what Mark is also seeing here. Jesus is going out and he asks the disciples, who do all these people say that I am? And the reality is they've seen the miracles, they've been here, they've done all these things, and look what they say. John the Baptist, Elijah, one of the other prophets. Like they're trying. They're trying. They understand there's something special about Jesus. They understand he's unique. They understand that these things are there, but they don't really get the importance. They're trying to use their religious categories to put Jesus in one of them, but they aren't quite getting where they need to go. And so Jesus says, hey, to his disciples, those who have been with him, those who have heard his teaching, who have been closest to him, hey, who do you say that I am? And Peter answers, and I love Peter. I love Peter. He blurts out, he gets the answer right. He says, "You're the Christ. You're the Messiah. You're the chosen one. You're the one God is sending." Right? He's right. Peter is absolutely right. Peter gets it here. Peter, he gets the gold star for the day. And this is exactly what we want to see. But verse 30 hits us in the face like a ton of bricks. We're not expecting this. He warned them to tell no one about him. Okay? Peter just said that you're the Christ. He gets the answer right. Now all of a sudden you're saying, hey, this is not to be shared. Okay, there's something going on there. You'd think he'd say, great, we're expecting like Price is Right kind of thing, ding, ding, ding. Everybody's hopping around, just excited. And that's not what we get. We get Jesus warning. He's literally telling them sternly, don't tell anybody. So why? Why? Well, we're going to get the why on Tuesday when we dig into the rest of this on the back side of this. But what we see here is that they get it. They get part of it. Just like we saw yesterday, this man who was healed of blindness, he says, I see they're men, they're walking around like trees, and kind of this blurriness. Yeah, that's where the disciples are. There's still a little blurriness. They get the answer right. They know what is it that's there, but they don't understand all of it. And that's where Jesus is going to start unpacking it for them. So what's it tell us about Jesus? Well, it tells us he's the Christ. And what that means he's going to unpack for us on Tuesday, but it tells us he's the one that God has sent to save the world. What's it tell us about ourselves? Well, it tells us we're a lot like these disciples. We think we know the answer. We think we know all it means until Jesus says, yeah, you don't quite get it all. It tells us we can say the words, but we often miss the significance and the meaning. And that's where Jesus is saying, guys, you got to be careful. And so, what does it call us to do? Well, it calls us to make sure that we understand what we mean when we say that Jesus is the Christ. What does that mean? I want to challenge you. Come on, just take that time and clear that up so that you understand what that means and you can articulate it well. And so, to just join me back Tuesday as we hop into really kind of the crux of the issue. I'll see you back here then. Until then, have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you back